Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for my old subscribers. Thank you for staying with me. I know I have not uploaded a video in about a month or so. I'm sorry about that. Been trying to figure out what to put out there. For my new subscribers, welcome. I hope that you enjoy these videos, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe notification button subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the bell so that you can get the notification that I uploaded a video, because there are a lot of you that don't have that right now. And I would love for all of you to have that notification bell on so you can receive notifications when my videos are up. So I just realized that I have 2,000 subscribers, guys. Like, this is so amazing. I never thought that I would get to this point, honestly. And it took me a while because I know my consistency is not where it should be, but I am so thankful for all of you for actually subscribing, even with my non-consistent self. Thank you so much for staying with me. So, on this video, I'll be doing, well, not just this video, I'm going to be doing like a kind of like a series of just me talking about me, my life, growing up and up until now, so that you guys can get to know me better, to know where I'm from, what I do, what I enjoy, also where my mindset is, things like that, so you can find out more. So probably this whole week I'll be putting out videos in the order of in like the order of my life, like chronological order, kind of. And then next week I will most likely upload hair videos because I'm out of products, so I need to buy some. So I can't show you anything until I get products. So that's my plan for this week, to have a video for you guys every single day so that you can find out more about me. So I'll try to make this at least 15 minutes long, not too long, because I will try to give as much details and not as much detail as possible regarding my life. Okay, so if you want to find out more about me, keep on watching. So starting from the beginning, I grew up in Haiti. I am Haitian, 100% Haitian, 1% Polish, from my great grandfather's side, if people care. So I am from Haiti. I grew up in Haiti for 12 years of my life. Yeah, so I grew up, my primary language was French and Creole on the side. I have one brother, one sister. I grew up with both of my parents in a house. And I know a lot of people get the idea that in Haiti we're really poor and everyone lives in a hut and has no house, and they're always mud and they're always dirty and they're always hungry. Okay, it's not the case. Just like in the US, there are some areas where people look exactly like third world countries, what they call it. The US does not like to acknowledge that. I'll just say that because they don't focus more on third world countries. Not all of us are poor, not all of us are going hungry. Yes, a lot of Haitians are, but not all of us are. Okay, so the way I grew up, I grew up on school, church, home. School, church, home. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. And for most of my Haitians watching this, you know exactly what I mean. And my Caribbean other islanders, you'll know exactly what I mean, because school, church, home is all we know. My brother, sorry, my nose is itchy, allergies. My brother, my sister, and I, we all went to private school. We do have those in Haiti. My sister and I went to an all-girls private school, and then my brother went to an all-boys private school. My dad was an accountant, my mom was a secretary, and I say was because when they moved here, their credentials were not recognized. So they either had to start all over, and so yeah, that's the problem here. Like my dad is like top. He was a professor as well in Haiti, so he's like top math like person. My mom was pretty good secretary, like she was bomb. So when we moved here, you know, with the language barrier and not recognized credentials, you know, either they go to school for like 10 years, you know, and then start all over, and it was kind of like so unfortunately their credentials are not recognized in the US, but in Haiti they are. So I went to a private school, my sister and I, that was close to my mom's job. My dad would drop us off at school, then drop my mom, then go back to work, and it would be like pick us up all from my mom's job, and then go back home. So that was literally it, Monday through Friday. My sister, my brother, and I, we all had private lessons playing. I play the violin, my sister plays the viola, and my brother plays the cello. All of our family members that lived in Haiti at some point before moving to the US, they all play an instrument somehow. It's in our genes. Like you will find one of us in my family member that plays an instrument, whether it be violin, viola, piano, or cello, someone will. So on Fridays I had my private lessons. My sister did as well with a professor. Then on Saturdays we actually had I was in a mini orchestra, it was what it was called, and then my sister was in a bigger one that has more practice, you know, more hard in a way, and then my brother as well. So that was our life, Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday. Sunday we went to church. Literally we spent the whole day at church because my dad was accountant, so he had to count all of the money, and our church was really big, like huge. It's called Cathédrale Sainte Trinité, so Holy Trinity Cathedral. And then when my mom had her women's meeting, that, you know, that lasts forever, so we stayed till like 4 o'clock. Yeah, so those were the days. So growing up with school in Haiti, very different from the US system. Like the education system is so different, guys. In Haiti, like you guys in the US, we have it really easy. In other countries, it's pretty hard. And then a lot of people, once, you know, other people come to the US and they're like, wow, you're so smart. There's a reason, because our education system, we either know it or we don't. There's no in between. You either know it or you don't. So I grew up studying by heart. If you do not know it, you get a 0. If you start to stutter, you get a 0. Like there's no in between. There's no like, okay, you take off 5 points. No, it's either 0 or 100. Maybe if you know all of it, depending on the professor, they might give you a little leeway, but that's really it. So education system, no calculators were used. So imagine No calculators when you were doing trigonometry. That was my sister. Like trigonometry and all this stuff, calculus, all by hand. No calculators, guys. So that is very different. We also learn our stuff a little bit, I would say, more rigorous, a bit faster, like our math, multiplication table, division. That is instilled in us. Like, that is instilled. If you do not know it, so literally it would be a, let's say it's math class. So the teacher would just say 4 times 6. Pick on you. Either know it or you don't, you get a 0. You don't know it, you get a 0. You know it, 100. Just like that. So it'd be like random numbers, or you all, the whole class say it together. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1 plus 2, 3, 1 plus 3. Like, we all say it together like that until we actually know it. There was no finding out, okay, 1 circle plus 2 circles is like 3 circles. And for example, with the new math now, with the addition, and it's like 20 minus 11, then it's like you have to do a whole step, like 20 minus the 10, and then you take this and make it easier. Yeah, we didn't have any of that. So 20 minus 11, you 1 with the 0, like 9, you know, like that. So that's how we did it. Our math system, I hated math. I wasn't good at word problems, and word problems were what we had a lot of at school. We had primary school, we had secondary school. There was no middle school, elementary, you know, we just had primary, secondary. Once you are in 6th grade, to be able to go to 7th grade, which is the secondary school, you had to pass this exam. It was like everyone, like all 6th graders and everywhere had to take that exam. So we go to another school, we sit down, we take the exam in order to move on to 7th grade. You don't pass, you don't go to secondary school. You retake the primary, the 6th grade. You don't go. So yeah, I was lucky to be one of the top 10 scorers. I don't remember what it was. I just heard my name on the radio and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I heard your name. And so moved on to secondary school. I ended up finishing 7th grade and then moved here to what becomes 8th grade. So the next grade. So yeah, guys, no calculators, no nothing. Like, I did not like math. Once I moved here, math was so easy. You guys use calculators. Like, math was easy for me. I spent, I would say, 1.5 years in ESOL, and I know a lot of people spend way more time. I learned it pretty fast. When I went to high school in 9th grade, they put me in like a ESOL math. And then that was way too easy for me because the student next to me was asking me, literally, I did not study at all for any of the quizzes or tests. Like, I did not even open the book. That's how easy it was. And then how I knew it was too easy, like, I didn't want to be in the class anymore, because when the student next to me asked, how do I know 6 times 4? And I'm looking like, there's no way. I don't want that easy A. So I switched up to algebra in the middle of the year. Ended up having a B because I missed the first big test 1. So I ended up having a B in that class. So that's how it was for me there for the first year, until I moved to the US. In Haiti, my parents built their house, so it's not like here where you go to the house and you kind of loan, you owe. Like, they built their house, they don't owe anymore, they don't have to do monthly mortgage, anything like that. We had a 3-story house. We lived in a 3-story house. The bottom, most people can, if you can afford, you had maids and servants. So we had some that went to school, we paid for their school, and we had one that cooked, cleaned. That was normal. The bottom part is like the basement was theirs. They had kitchen, they had a room, they had bathrooms, they had everything. Then the 2nd story is where we were. And then my parents ended up doing a 3rd one, on top, which wasn't fully done being built. It still had the cement. There was no paint, no floor yet, but it looked actually pretty. I loved playing up there by myself because no one was there. I love just running around playing, or you know, doing things like that. And then that was it. So I grew up learning French. At school, you're not allowed to speak Creole whatsoever. That's a disciplinary action taken away from you. Our grading system was different. There was no A, no B. It was like 100, 90, 80, those grades. You know, calculated by hand, everything. Not like A, B, C, D, fell, yeah. 0, that's it. We had the disciplinary action. If you had 10, you never did anything. If you had a 9, maybe you talked back to the teacher. If you had an 8, like maybe you talk back more to the teacher or something, or you did something and you weren't listening, something like that. So that gets taken off. If you get to a 7, that's like a red flag. For the nuns, the sisters, and they will either call you and say what's going on, or you know, things like that. So Creole was not permitted in school grounds. So most of our friends did not speak Creole or knew a little bit, because of our parents, depending on how we grew up. So grew up speaking French. Yes, I do speak French. I do speak Creole. They're not the same thing. And I speak English. So that was pretty much, I don't think I missed anything from Haiti. My life was pretty great. I did it, like, we could afford to eat. We weren't suffering. Like, for myself, I didn't feel like I was in a third world country when I was there. And mostly everyone would tell you that, because, you know, seeing trash on the street was pretty normal, like, because that's where I lived. Now that I look back, yes, I can see we're in a third world country, but when I was living in it, it was my home. It was what I lived, you know, and that was it. And yeah, guys, so I'm going to stop the video there, and I'm going to continue in the next video because I don't want this to be too long. So hopefully you guys know a little bit more about me that you didn't know before, and keep on watching for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.